there was a forum, an open forum that was held in Quebec. Quebec City Muslim women held an open forum to demystify the hijab. Please visit the description. I'm going to attach a few links for you to enjoy. CBC has put out this article, and in case you guys don't know what this is, it's called da'wah. Da'wah in Islam, da'wah and taqiyya and a whole bunch of other stuff that I'll probably do another separate video to explain to you guys. But da'wah is a practice in Islam where they invite. Da'wah means an invitation. So they are inviting people who don't know much about Islam to understand it, to explain Islam to them. But it's what people don't understand, especially people in the West, and especially the bubble living Canadians. They live in a bubble. They don't want to get out of this bubble. The bubble living Canadians think that, oh, they're just going to explain to me. I should go so I can understand what they're saying. But that's not the purpose of da'wah. The purpose of da'wah, which CBC is shoving in your face by using your own tax dollars, by the way, is to convert you. That is the purpose of da'wah. Da'wah is the nice way that Muslims convert people. When it doesn't work, Islamists take over and they now will force Islam on you. It's just the way Islam is. I'm not making this up. Anyone who understands, anyone who studied the history of Islam understands how Islam works. At first, it's nice. They invite you. If you say no, it changes to more hostility. And eventually, down the road, it will become bloodshed. Period. Full stop. That's how Islam is. Pick up any Islamic history book and you will see this. So, moving on. In the article, this woman, whoever these people are, the person in the picture, apparently she's saying that the hijab is a personal choice. Okay, let's say, first of all, this is a blatant lie. Hijab is not personal and it is not a choice. So it's not a personal choice. Hijab is forced on us. Hijab is put on us around the age of 9, is when our families or the society and the ideology itself tells the adults in this ideology to put the hijab on little girls, the age of 9. Because by the age of 9, a girl is seen as to have matured enough to attract a man. So at the age of 9, according to the Western values, do you see a 9-year-old as an adult capable of making a choice? Or do you guys see and have laws to protect 9-year-olds? It depends on your laws as well. See, in Islam and in Islamic countries, a 9-year-old is considered a woman. Now, regardless, 9, 10, 30, 50, a woman is deficient in Islam and she has no agency over herself. So the society controls the woman. So why are we adopting this value here in the West? Why are we holding forums where an adult woman is telling you it's a personal choice, but lying and confusing subjects to people who live in the West? Why are we doing this? And the other thing I wanted to talk about is that they're saying that it is not oppressive. But you tell me, you see a little girl, imagine a little 9-year-old girl wearing this. What do you see freedom? Just your gut reaction when you see anyone wearing something like this covering themselves. Do you look at them and say, look at this freedom, this is beautiful? Or do you kind of wonder, what is this? Why are they wearing this? I don't understand it. I, as someone who lived under Islam and was forced to wear hijab as a child growing into an adult, I can tell you that it is 100% oppressive. Because you can't see my hair. I always wanted to go out and show my hair to people, but I couldn't. you can't have any type of hair fashion. Yes, it's oppressive. Because you know what happens when you go out in Muslim majority countries and you're not wearing the hijab? You get beaten. You get shunned by society. You get abducted by religious police. You get thrown in jail. And there's a good chance that when you're in jail, you have brought so much shame to your family that they end up disowning you. Isn't that sort of the definition of oppression? There's no choice here, guys. 9-year-old girls don't choose. We don't choose. No choice. And okay, allow me to give you a little bit of a rebuttal, which of course is non-existent in the article itself. There's no rebuttal. It's just one-sided. One-sided everything, and it's always the side of the left, and it's always the side of Islam, and it's always right. You know, you can't even question anything without being called a name, an Islamophobe or a racist. It's just the one side that they present to you. Have you read any articles with ex-Muslims in them, by the way? Have you seen any CBC articles explaining our side? The only CBC article that I saw talking about ex-Muslims called us far right. So let's say that this is in fact our choice. Here is Islam for you. Islam, from the minute that you are aware and able to talk and you go to school, tells little girls that we have to follow Islamic doctrine and cover up. And by the way, hijab is not, you have to, in Muslim countries, you have to cover your face, not just your hair. So, if we don't cover our face and our hair, the punishment in the religious scripture and texts is that women go to hell. There is actually a hadith by the Prophet Muhammad, and it's a correct one. It's an original hadith where he says that when he went up to heaven during whatever Isra Mi'raj thing, he saw that the majority of inhabitants in hell were women. So now you're a female growing up in this society, and you know that not covering up, you're being brainwashed and indoctrinated into believing that not covering your hair will land you in hell forever, where your skin gets renewed and you get burnt again over and over and over and over. Okay, where is the choice here? The choice is what? The choice is take the hijab off or be called, you know, all kinds of names in Islam, you know, risk killing yourself, being disowned by your family, going to jail, and after all this, you end up in hell forever. That's some choice. That's incredible. The other thing I wanted to say is this is happening in Canada and most of the Western countries, not just here, is because you guys live in a bubble. You don't know anything, and you don't want to know anything about anyone outside of your little circle. And this is why you get lied to and you get brainwashed and you believe it, because you know nothing about anything outside of your own culture. And you can get angry at me, that's fine. I truly urge people to broaden their horizons beyond Hollywood and fashion. Politics, you need to understand politics. You need to understand world politics. And you need to understand different ideologies other than what you have here. And you need to hear it from different perspectives, not just one that's being shoved in your face by your mainstream media. Oof, I'm tired of talking. I talked a lot. I'm a bit charged today. I talked about the rebuttal, and I talked about how sad it is that it's always just the one side, and if any opposition comes along, we end up getting called all kinds of names and accused of all kinds of accusations and of hate. This is sad. This is my little rebuttal video. Might as well put it out myself, because no mainstream media is going to come ask my opinion as an ex-Muslim. Seems I have to make myself heard. Thank you, guys. My episode 8 has been released, and I know I talked about it before. I wanted to thank everyone who has been donating and everyone who has been supporting my podcast. Stay tuned.